RBB Morning Show, the coach, mentor, marketing, and social media strategist you need each and every morning. RBB, a live morning talk show that gives you the ability to get the coach you need, strategist you wish you could afford, social media manager and strategist, marketing strategist, project manager, certified OBM, VA, business startup strategist, profit strategist, web strategist, email funnel strategist, sales page strategist, PR strategist, time management, mindset, and overall business development strategist. We answer it all. With over 25 years of business experience, both in corporate and small business worlds, we really can answer it all.
Everybody is wrapping up their amazing week. If you notice around the edge here, I have new logos up that Lisa did for me. I'm so excited. I love them. They're so pretty. Of course, the quality from Canva kind of is not so great. So that's Canva, not Lisa. But I love them. I'm very excited to start using them, and they give us some more cohesive branding instead of just the Be Boss Girl being a logo. Everything is a logo. I'm so excited. I hope everybody has had a great week, and I hope you've learned a lot from everything we've talked about this week about automation, organization, prioritization, and just getting everything done that you need to do as a business owner. We've talked a lot this week about hiring a VA or hiring an OBM or whoever the appropriate person is, and how and what you should be hiring them for, and qualifications you should be looking for, things like that, as well as to help you get things done. Prioritization, how to prioritize everything. That's what we talked about yesterday about. And talking about the money-making things that need to be done in our business in order to make money. Kind of a no-duh statement there. And we have also talked about automating things and how I automate a lot of what I do with Dubsado. I also use things like Trello and Asana to do things as well, depending on my needs. So we've talked a lot about all of those things this week. I've had a few questions come in about organizing things and how best to organize. We talked one day about organizing content, and I actually have a lot of questions around that. So I'm going to answer those today. So the first question is, how do you organize your blog posts so that you can write ahead of time, but still know when you want to use things? Well, knowing when you want to use things, that's really up to you. But well written, what I do with clients, because I write blog posts for clients, is we have a Google Drive, and we have a to be used blog posts. We have a used blog post folder. So when we use them, they go into the used blog post folder so that we keep track of them and that we can reuse the content for social media and things like that. So we are organized that way. Good morning, Brenda Lee. And for myself, I have my blog post planning sheets, which are going to show up in the shop here some point soon. I haven't had time to get them in. But I use a blog post planning sheet, and then I write the blog posts, and I actually put them directly in WordPress. I may not publish them immediately, but I pop them all in so that they're all there, and then I could go through and decide when I'm going to post things. That works the best for me because it's in the system it belongs in, and they're just there as drafts. I have another client that literally writes them all. Then she writes the social media content to go with them, and she puts them all in Trello. I find that a little weird to organize that way and use that way. Copying and pasting out of Trello sometimes for large amounts of text can get a little weird. So my favorite really is writing them in Google Drive or popping them right into WordPress themselves. I do my outline, and I have my outline, and I put that on my iPad Pro. It's an editable PDF, and I fill out the form. And then once I go to writing, I write them in Grammarly because I use Grammarly for everything. Again, dyslexic for those that don't remember. And then I pop them right into WordPress from there so that they're just sitting there and waiting for when I'm ready to stage them and use them. So there's some ideas on writing some blog posts. Another one was, how do you organize and write all of your social media content? Because you said you don't use an auto scheduler. I do do put all of my social media content that I write in Trello. I have a checklist, and each day of the month gets a day and a checklist. So September 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever. And I write the content out right in Trello, so I can easily pop in there and copy and paste. I do have a folder for graphics, so I have a folder for September social media graphics, and they are numbered just to correspond with the posts, so that if I am on my cell phone, iPad, my desktop, wherever, everything's numbered, easy to grab remotely, and easy for me to copy and use for social media. Because again, I do post manually. It is best to post manually and not use a scheduler. So that is how I organize that. The next question is, you talked about prioritizing and writing everything down for a few weeks. Why? Okay, so I talked about at one point this week to decide if you should hire somebody to help you, to spend at least a week, if not 2 weeks, writing every single thing down you do, and then prioritize that list into, these are the things I have to do. Nobody else can do these because this is my business. We all have those things. These are the things I hate doing and want to hire somebody for. These are the things that I wish would get done, I never get to. And these are the things I totally could pass off to somebody. And then take a look at that and see how many of those things you could pass off to a VA. Maybe multiple VAs, because in my case, I have 3 VAs that work for me, because I want somebody who's going to specialize in things. I don't hire somebody I don't mind hiring somebody that's a jack of all trades if they are good at all of the things they do. But I tend to hire somebody who's a specialty. Oh, that's awesome, Francie. Can you share that list with us? Francie has a list of 30 tasks that can be outsourced for those that are wondering what can be delegated to a VA. Absolutely. Please share that with us. I would love to see that. We offer VA services, but we offer VA services in a very different way here at Boss World, because we aren't actually offering VA services. We're offering OBM services. We're offering tech services, email marketing services, social media services. A lot of people say that those are VA tasks. They really aren't. They're specialty tasks. And we offer those when somebody is, but we're not actually VAs. We're social media strategists, marketing strategists, email marketing strategists, sales funnel strategists, website developers, all of those things here on our team. So we're like, I guess a lot of people would consider my team tech VAs. That's more what we do. So I don't have a task list like Francine does. So please share that with us. Share a link to it with us, Francine. And I break down I always have a client write all the things down, because a lot of you'll realize that there are more things than you're necessarily thinking of when you first think of hiring a VA, when you do write all of those things down and separate them out and then prioritize what you have to do, what could be passed off, what you really need to get done is not getting done, all of those things. And then by prioritizing it like that, you can really see what has to be done immediately when you hire a VA. It also will help you set up processes, procedures for that VA or that person you're going to hire, staff person, whatever you're going to call them. It helps with all of that. Making sure that you are, the one thing that I talked about a bit on Monday, but I think needs to be said again, because I've gotten a lot of follow-up questions, and I'm not going to answer each individual one, but it is really important to hire an appropriate VA for what you need. Stop with the scarcity mindset of hiring the cheapest person you can find that's a general VA that may not actually be able to do everything. It is so important to hire who you need. So I got a lot of flack for saying that you shouldn't be hiring, if you're US based, you shouldn't be hiring a foreign VA. Okay. So I did requalify that. And there are some tasks that you can hire a VA from the Philippines for. I don't do that. I did that at one point and I just had a disaster, and I'll never do that again. And I hired more than one. So it wasn't just one person. It didn't work. I need somebody who truly understands being one, American English speaking, because I say American English speaking because I did try to hire a UK VA at one point. And when I'm a content creator, I need content. I need my content to look amazing, sound amazing, that is going out to my clients, whether it's an email, a text message, or writing a blog post or social media. And my VA needs to be able to step in and be me at times. And from the UK, they spell things differently. And that doesn't mean that somebody from the UK doesn't understand that and doesn't have a good grasp on that. But I have found that it's better to hire somebody that understands my culturally appropriate language needs. And memes and jokes and weather discussions and all of that. Yes, absolutely, Francine. Please share. Absolutely, absolutely share. But I have hired Canadian VAs, and they're not a whole lot different than US. There's a couple little weird, quirky things, but it's close enough that I've never had an issue at all. Now, there are tasks that you can hire somebody outside of the US, and it's not going to be a big deal. You're invoicing. Chances are you could hire somebody for your invoicing, and that's not going to be a big deal. But you're also then trusting somebody that you may or may not know in your invoicing system and things like that. So you need to be really careful with that. When you're hiring a VA, they are an extension of you. They aren't just somebody they aren't slave labor, and nor should you treat them as such. I have seen, and I have a client right now who had somebody that she's a VA, and she had a client herself who treated her like absolute crap because, well, she's just a VA, so that she's not very smart or very special, and felt like to treat her like an idiot all the time. Be careful with that. Because believe it or not, if you were so smart, you wouldn't need to hire somebody to help you. Okay, so keep that in mind. Also, don't micromanage the person you're going to hire. There's micromanagement in the beginning because you need to. You need to get your processes, procedures, the way you want things done, gone through with whoever you're going to hire. And I expect a client to do that with me. And I have more experience than 90% of my clients. I've been in the business world, but I still expect some of that micromanagement type work, at least the first 30 days. After that, allow me to be who I am and do my job, because it don't argue every single thing that this person is going to do. Chances are, if you have done your job and hired a quality person, then you should trust that they are professionals and know what they're doing. If you didn't do a good job in hiring a quality person, then what did you do? That's on you. Any business owner who is micromanaging every single person that they contract with, freelance with, it's a reflection of your issues, control issues, lack of understanding, insecurity in your own business, scarcity mindset, and really take a look at yourself if that's something that you've had contractors, VAs, freelancers, whoever's worked with you complain about in the past. As a business owner, you have to be really careful and conscious of how you treat those you are hiring. You're still the boss, and still what you say goes. If they're doing things that are completely counter to what you have asked of them, of course, step in and deal with that. And there is an appropriate professional way to deal with that and not. So that's a different discussion. But make sure that you're trusting the person you're hiring to do the job you hired them for. We recently had a client who hired us to do social media, and she argued every single thing that we did. And we were like, fine, we'll do whatever you want. That's not what we suggest, but fine, we'll do whatever you want. And she saw a huge decline in her engagement, her interaction, everything. And she came back and wanted a refund. I'm like, oh no. On this date, we told you this. On this date, we told you this. On this date, we document everything. And she's like, oh, okay, well, maybe I'll let you do stuff. The next month, she's let us do exactly what we know should be done. And she's increased by 30% above where she was before we started. So let somebody who knows what they're doing do their job and do it well and do it professionally. If they come to you and say, well, I wouldn't do it this way, I would do it da-da-da-da-da-da-da. They've just spoken up and shown you that they know what they're talking about. Hopefully, I mean, if you've hired well, this is this is where that comes in. Because yes, there are a lot of scammers out there that you can hire that sound good, but don't actually know how to do anything. That happens too. But just really, really reflect on your control issues when it comes to hiring somebody. If you've had bad experiences, it makes it that much harder to hire the next person. So just be aware and really check yourself. And also ask the person that you're hiring how working with you is going. If they have any critique of you, it will make you a better leader and a better business owner if you do that with the people that you work with. So just keep some things to keep in mind. I hope everybody has an amazing weekend. You have something planned this weekend to relax and enjoy. As always, I have tonight off. No gigs, no having to do sound, no nothing. We are just going to chill and relax. Maybe I'm going to go see my new baby niece again. Tomorrow we're doing sound. So, but we do enjoy doing that. And it's an early gig. I'll be home by 9 o'clock. So that doesn't happen very often. I hope you all have an amazing weekend. Remember to rise, become, and be everything you can today in your business, and plan for next week. I am not quite sure what I'm going to discuss next week. If anybody has any topics they would like to be discussed or have any questions, please let me know in the comments below, and I would be happy to jump in. Have a great day, everybody.
RBB Morning Show, the coach, mentor, marketing, and social media strategist you need each and every morning.